Okay, so this is a video for our website. Okay, and in it, I'm going to talk about this case study where we've been actually working on this project with a doctor for 2 years. He came to us with a really simple idea, and it's funny to me how sometimes that the way we get projects or way projects come about. He came to us with a really idea because he was using another software. I'm not going to name him in this one. He was using another software package that he was saying it takes too many clicks, and I've heard that from the time I've been in this industry from the very beginning. People want the least amount of clicks they can possibly get away with. If they could do two clicks and get done, then that would be pinnacle. But he was talking about how they would take 40 clicks to get something done in the other software, and this is why he wanted to build this project. The project is for a wound care note, okay? And in his idea, he went to, what's the thing called? I think it's FEMA or one of those wireframe sites where you can build the interface. And he had it built the way he thought it should work. And it was very, very simplistic. And he had everything on one page. And he could do everything that he wanted to and have his note done in 5 clicks. That was his goal. He got it. I mean, it took a year and a half to get there, but then here's what happens, okay? As we continue to work on the project, and it's one of those things that I see happen over and over again, because you can make it do this. Wait a minute. Add this to it. So we're going like, okay, yeah, we added it. Now, after he's passed the year and 6 months mark on us working together and keep adding stuff, I'm going like, Dan, don't you think you have enough stuff in here already? Dan, it's starting to get overloaded. Dan, do you realize that how much stuff you've got in here now? Dan, look. Now this is just like the software you were talking about before. Dan wasn't trying to hear it. Dan was too busy adding all the features and functions he wanted in the software. Yes, he was talking to other people, and yes, he was showing it to other people. But what happened was that even though he was listening to other people, he would add some of the things they would say. He would add some more things that he would come up with that he's like, yeah, now that it does this, oh, I can see where we need to add this and this part. And so we kept going. And every now and then, like every 2 or 3 months, I would say, hey, Dan, isn't this enough now? And Dan would really wouldn't respond to me at all. And so I really didn't stop, but I just kept stretching out the time between I would ask him. And so finally, day came when he got his first real showing to a client. And so he needed to, or potential client, and he needed to do documentation. And he wanted to do a how-to video. And Dan called me after he was doing the video. He called me, he said, Sherwin, there's too much stuff in here. It's really, really hard. I've been working on this for an hour and still haven't gotten past one of the cards. I said, well, Dan, you built a monster. You put everything in there you wanted, and then some, and some of the other stuff that other people said, but now it's just like the other software, overbloated. And I try to stress this over and over again. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, okay? You should have a strategic, achievable goal that you have in mind, and keep it as simplistic as possible to achieve the original intent. Because it's like having that 200-room mansion. It started out as a a regular 2-room house, but then over the years you keep adding and keep adding and keep adding. Now, what he realized though is it seemed simple to him because he built it. It wasn't until he had to explain it to somebody else that it got complicated. Oh my goodness. Because the human brain works that way. We make something really, really simple because we know it very well. I don't even have to think about it. When I don't have to think about it, it doesn't take very long. It's like going to somebody's house for the first time. It seems like a really long drive the first time you go there. But then after you go there a few times, it gets shorter and shorter and quicker, because you're not paying attention to the distance anymore. Your brain knows where it is, so it doesn't think about all the time it takes for it to go by. You use your brain occupying, doing other things. And same thing with software, is that they put so much stuff in that after a while, again, it's very used to, and you click here, click here, click there. Because when I'm demoing the software to other people, they keep telling me you're going too fast because I know it that well. So because I know it that well, it's just rattle it off the top of my head, blah, 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 and click here, do this, do that, do that. And I have to slow down and stop and think that they're absorbing this for the first time. So it's like going to that house for the first time, trying to follow somebody, and they're speeding ahead and you're trying to keep up. So same thing happened to him in trying to explain the software to somebody else. He found out how complicated it is. Now he's ready to stop. But too late. It's already overbloated. Anyway, that's my case study for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you later. Jane, stop this crazy thing.